अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स। आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है ट्वेल्थ क्लास के लिए बिजनेस स्टडीज से हमने लिया है, दैट इज़ फैक्टर्स इफेक्टिंग द चॉइस ऑफ कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर। यानी कि वो कौन से फैक्टर्स हैं जो कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर पे असरअंदाज हो जाते हैं, जो यानी कि जिनका यानी कि कैपिटल स्ट्रक्चर पे इनका ज़्यादा असर पड़ता है। उन फैक्टर्स को हम वन बाय वन डिस्कस करेंगे। तो फर्स्ट वन दैट इज़ कैश फ्लो पोजीशन। बिफोर रेजिंग डेट a company is required to consider its cash flow position. A company must have enough cash at its disposal to carry out its daily operations. For example, for investment in fixed assets and for the payment of interest and payment of principal. Companies expecting a large and stable cash inflow in future can employ a large amount of debt in their capital structure. Second one, that is interest coverage ratio minus EBIT, EBIT, earnings before interest and tax. That is total divided by total interest payable. This ratio indicates the number of times earning before interest and taxes of a company covers the interest obligation. High ratio is not adequate because sometimes the companies have high EBIT but less amount of cash balance at its disposal. Along with interest, repayment of debt is also equally important. Third one, that is debt service coverage ratio. DSCR is equal to, that is debt service coverage ratio is equal to profit after tax plus depreciation plus interest plus non-cash expenses written off divided by preference dividend plus interest plus repayment obligation. The ratio fulfills the limitations of interest coverage ratio. Higher the ratio, better it is, as it indicates company's ability to pay interest and the principal amount, and hence company's capability to opt for debt financing. Even profitable companies whose working capital management is poor face liquidity problem. Servicing debt is very burdensome for them. Fourth one, that is return on investment, ROI. As explained earlier, higher ROI enables a company to go in for trading on equity to increase its EPS. Hence, company can increase debt component in its capital structure. However, the increase in use of debt has decreased EPS. Thus, in a nutshell, we can say the return on investment is an important factor determining capital structure. Fifth one, that is cost of debt. The company can employ more debt in its capital structure if it is available at low rate, so that cost of servicing the debt does not become a problem. Tax rate. In the above examples, The interest rate was 10% while the tax rate was 50%. Therefore, the cost of debt is only 5%. Thus, tax rate has a great impact on the cost of debt. Higher tax rate makes the debt cost cheaper and thus increases its use and vice versa. As interest is charged against the profits and by sharing interest as an expense, profit can be reduced, which relieves the enterprise from the burdens of tax to some extent. Hence, higher tax rate becomes an attraction for inclusion of more debt in the capital structure. Seventh one, that is the cost of equity. Shareholders accept a fair rate of return on their equity for bearing risk. Therefore, when a company opts for debt financing, the financial risk increases and the desire of shareholders to get a return increases. Thus, a company cannot use debt beyond a certain limit because using debt beyond a limit increases the cost of equity and hence decreases in value decrease in value of share in spite of increase EPS. Eighth one, that is flotation cost. Flotation cost, that is the cost involved in the process of raising resources, has a great effect on the choice between debt and equity. Considerable expenditure is involved in public issue of shares and debentures, while raising a loan from a bank or a financial institution does not involve such much cost. So much cost. Risk consideration. The total risk associated with every business consists of operating risk or business risk as well as financial risk. Financial risk refers to the failure of a company to pay its fixed financial charges, that is interest on debt, repayment of principal amount and preference dividend, while operating risk depends upon fixed operating cost. An increase in fixed operating cost increases the business risk and vice versa. Thus, the capacity of a business to use debt is higher if the business risk is lower and vice versa. 10th one, that is flexibility. The flexibility of a firm to issue further debt reduces if a business concerned uses its debt potential to the full. Thus, in order to maintain flexibility, the business must maintain some borrowing capacity for future uncertainties. 11th, that is control. A public use of equity results in a reduction of management control in the business, whereas debt does not have any concern with management control. Therefore, this factor also affects the choice between debt and equity. 12th one, that is a regulatory framework. All the companies have to operate within the various regulatory frameworks provided by the law. For example, SEBI provides guidelines for the issue of shares and debentures, whereas various procedures have to be followed while raising a loan from a bank or a financial institution. Thus, the ease with which these regulations can be fulfilled also affects the choice of capital structure. Stock market conditions. The stock market conditions, that is whether bullish or bearish, also affect the choice between debt and equity. In the former case, the equities shares can be sold easily at higher prices, Thus, companies prefer to use equity in such a phase. While in the later case, raising funds through equity is difficult, therefore, companies opt for debt. Last one, that is capital structure of other companies. The debt equity ratio of other companies in the same industry also provides useful guidelines in the capital structure planning. Generally, industry norms help in deciding debt equity ratio. Thanks.